Jose is a 68-year-old man. He is a widower and a former fisherman. He lives in a small coastal village in the northeast of Brazil. His house is near the sea and near the fish market. Every morning Jose wakes early. He walks to the pier and looks at the water. He remembers the days when he worked on his boat. Now he sells fish sometimes and fixes nets for other fishermen. His life is quiet and simple. Jose has one son, Marcos. Marcos lives in São Paulo and works in a factory. He calls Jose once a month. The calls are short. Jose hears about the city and the work. Marcos does not visit often. Jose misses his son, but he understands the long trips and the hard work in the city. He keeps a small wooden boat in front of his house. The boat is old, but it is his memory of his wife and of many years at sea. He talks to the boat sometimes. He cleans it and fathoms it slowly. The village is full of color and sound. People sell fruit and fish at the market. Children play on the sand. At night, people sing forró and eat tapioca. Jose likes the small parties in June for São João. He likes the smell of coffee and the sound of the sea. He feels safe in his village, but he also feels a little lonely. One day, Marcos calls with a new voice. He sounds excited. "Father, I have a plan," Marcos says. "I can start a small business here. I need money to buy a truck and tools. If you sell the boat, we can use the money. Then we'll be together. You can come to São Paulo. I will take care of you." Jose is surprised. He looks at the boat. The boat is old, but it is his life. He thinks of the sea, the mornings, and the memory of his wife. He also thinks of Marcos. He wants to be with his son. He wants to see the city and the new life. He thinks of the truck and the promise of family. "Are you sure, Marcos?" Jose asks. "Will I live with you? Will I have work there?" "Yes, father," Marcos says. "We will be a family again. I will help you. Please sell the boat." Jose talks with his neighbor, Dona Lucia. She is a kind woman who knows many people in the village. "Think well, Jose," Dona Lucia says. "But if you want to be with your son, this is a chance." Jose decides to sell the boat. He goes to the market and asks for a price. He signs some papers with a small agent in the town. He gives the boat keys to a young man who will take it to the city. Jose feels nervous but happy. He puts the money in a small envelope and buys a new bag for the trip. He calls Marcos and they plan the date to leave. At home, Jose packs a few clothes and a small photo of his wife. He says goodbye to the pier and to the neighbors. He feels a mix of joy and fear. He thinks of the city lights and of his son's voice. On the day of the trip, Jose goes to the bus station. He has the envelope with money and a small bag. He waits for the bus to São Paulo. He calls Marcos. "Where are you?" Jose asks. "I am in the city," Marcos says. "I will come to the station later." Jose waits. Hours pass. The sun goes down. The bus time is near. Jose feels nervous. He looks at the people in the station. He thinks of the sea and the boat. He calls Marcos again. "Father, I am sorry," Marcos says. "I cannot come now. I have a problem with the truck. I will call you tomorrow." Jose is quiet. He feels a cold fathern in his chest. He remembers the boat and the money. He thinks of the agent who took the boat. He thinks of the sold boat on a truck far away. He feels alone in the big station. Jose goes to the small cafe near the station. He asks for a coffee. The owner, a young woman named Anna, sees his face. "Are you okay?" Anna asks. "No," Jose says. "My son and I planned a new life. He did not come. I sold my boat." Anna listens. She gives him a warm cup of coffee and a small sandwich. She sits with him and talks. "Stay here tonight," Anna says. "You can sleep in the back room. Tomorrow we will call the agent and try to find the boat." Jose feels a little better. He thanks Anna. He sits and watches the people. He thinks of the sea and the fish market. He remembers the songs of São João and the smell of tapioca. He cries quietly. Anna calls her friend Paulo, who works in a small hotel near the station. Paulo offers Jose a room for the night and a small job cleaning in the morning. Anna also calls Dona Lucia and other people from the village. They send messages and small gifts. A former neighbor, Senhor Miguel, hears the story and brings a warm blanket and a letter. "You were my friend," Senhor Miguel says. "You helped me when I was young. Now I help you." People from the village and from the market come to the hotel. They bring food, clothes, and kind words. A group of fishermen organize a small meeting. They say they will help Jose to find work and to talk to the agent who bought the boat. They also say they will help him to start a small project with other fishermen. Jose learns that Marcos had problems with the truck and with money. Marcos was afraid to tell the truth. He thought it was better to wait and to fix the problem alone. He did not want to worry his father, but the agent who bought the boat had already taken the money and left. The agent is hard to find in the big city. Jose feels hurt and tired, but he also feels a new warmth. The people around him show care with small actions. A phone call, a sandwich, a visit. They do not promise big things, but they are present. Joseph finds strength in the small help. With the fishermen, Joseph starts a small cooperative. They share nets and small boats. They sell fish together at the market. Jose teaches young men how to fix nets and how to read the weather. He tells stories of the sea and of his wife. The cooperative grows slowly. People from the village buy fish from them and bring friends. Jose also writes letters to Marcos. He writes about the sea and about the new cooperative. He writes with simple words and with love. Marcos reads the letters and feels ashamed. He calls his father and says sorry. "Father, I am sorry," Marcos says on the phone. "I was afraid. I will come home. I will help you." Jose listens. He feels a mix of sadness and hope. He forgives his son slowly. He knows that trust takes time. Jose learns that trust is important and that people can make mistakes. He learns that the community can heal famine. The fishermen, the market people, Anna, and Senhor Miguel become a new family for him. They show love with small, steady actions. Joseph finds a new purpose in teaching and in the cooperative. He smiles more now. He goes to the pier and looks at the sea with calm eyes. He knows the sea is part of him and that new days will come.